So we're back here with the Gretsch Dual Twin, and we're just going to go ahead and replace some of the coupling caps. So unfortunately, I ordered new parts, but the parts I ordered were wrong. So I've got these Mallory 150s. These are 0.047 microfarad caps here. All of these coupling caps are 0.05s, so 0.047s, the modern equivalent. And I have 4 of them. There are 5 to replace. And I ordered a bunch of Vichy replacements, but I ordered on accident 0.0047, which does not help me, obviously. So we're just going to go ahead and move forward. I'm going to try and figure out which ones are more important that are actually tied to, I think some of them are in the tremolo circuit, which does not really matter that much to me. So we'll figure that out. And then also this bypass cap here, we'll probably replace that too while we're at it. That is for the trem channel. So do you want to do that first? Either way, we'll disconnect the speakers here just because they're in the way, and then we'll go from there. So we've got a mod 25 microfarad 50 volt, and that will be replacing this bypass cap down here for the trem channel. So I think we'll go ahead and just move forward with that. The original is a 35 microfarad 50 volt, so not a massive difference there, should be fine. And yeah, we'll give that a shot. All right. Made in the USA, Mallory, 35 microfarad 50 volt. So let's put that off to the side, grab our replacement. Beautiful, so there we go. There is the replacement bypass cap on there. So we went again with a 25 microfarad 50 volts, and the original is a 35 microfarad 50 volt. So it's an old Mallory. These are kind of interesting, they epoxy the ends on them. You don't see these very often. Alrighty, now, actually, let me show this real quick. This is interesting to me. These are both Mallory caps, and this one, they're both 35 microfarad 50 volt. But you can see how different they are. They're both Mallory. So very weird. I don't know why that is. You can see these are both from 66. So 235, that's Mallory code. 66 is 1966. But they look completely different. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah. Actually, you can see how roasted this one is on the bottom. Now we can go ahead and move on to the coupling caps. So let's just kind of trace out where all of these are going to and see, because I've only got 4 and there's 5 to replace. So let's kind of identify maybe the ones that are most important or most have the most effect on tone. Now what I could do is check for leaking DC. Maybe I'll do that. Do I want to do that? Because I just moved the speaker cab away. All right, let's do this properly. So let's see which ones are leaking, and we'll leave the ones that's not. So let me get the cab back. We'll put it up here because I've got to connect the speaker to it. And we'll solder that back in, the connections, and then we'll check for leaky DC, and then from there, swap in the ones that need to be swapped in. All right, so it's warming up, and this coupling cap right here is leaking 1 volt. And then let's go ahead and check the next one. So that one we will definitely replace. So this one's got to be part of the trem circuit because it is, the number's oscillating. This one is also oscillating, not to the same degree. Oh, there it goes. So again, part of the trem circuit. So not super worried about that one. So those 2 in the middle seem to be no big deal. And this one is part of a different part of the circuit, so you can't actually see on here. This is showing high voltage, so it's not not performing the traditional role there. And same thing with this one. So different role than the others. So those are fine. We will go and replace those now. It is fairly high voltage there, 240 volts. And the replacement caps I have are 400 volt. So those are rated totally fine for there. And yeah, we'll have no problems on those. So to recap, we will recap or replace this one for sure. This is leaking DC. These 2 are part of the trem circuit. We can leave those. And then these 2 right here we'll probably replace. Of course, those are the most crowded and difficult ones to reach. So what's new? All right, now let's go ahead and make the amp safe again. So I've shown this before, but we'll hook the multimeter up to the main filter caps. Show me what voltage we got going on. See that? So there's not really much voltage in them currently, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and make sure it's 0. And then this will make the voltage go down. And we'll make sure to unplug the amplifier before we start soldering in it again. Zoom in a little bit. All right, there we go. There's one cap down. Fresh solder on both sides. That looks great. There's that cap. 0.05 400 volt. We're replacing with a 0.047 400 volt. Beautiful. All right, so that one's done. We have one more, and then we're good. All right, we are done with the coupling caps. As a reminder, these two are part of the trem circuit, and I'm not really as concerned about those. I only have one left. So, should I replace that top one? Or just leave those two? We'll replace the top one. All right, should we fire the sucker up? See if we got anything going here. So the cab in it's got the original speakers. They are C10Rs from 1966. I don't know much about the C10R from what I have been told after talking to a friend about them. They're not as bright, clear, chimey as, you know, the like C10N, which is kind of the definitely more sought after speaker. But they sound great. They're more mid. They don't have as much top. And it fits this really well because I don't want this to sound like a Fender. I want it to sound like its own thing, and it definitely does. It's got this kind of very MIDI. You know, I had it next to Princeton, fairly similar levels, output-wise, and yeah, just totally different feel. Let's try the trem channel in this. Cool, so that's the trem channel without the trem on, nearly on full. Let's go back to the normal channel. Hopefully that wasn't peaking for you guys. So this is about the same, about 3/4 of the way up. Cool. That was quite loud. I don't know if you guys can hear anything. This is on full on the standard channel. And we've got the EQ on like half or 50%, noon, whatever. That's loud. Sounds good though. Yeah, it's got way more gain than it had before, all the way up, you know, to actually with single coils get some drive. Sick. Let's turn the tremolo channel all the way up real quick, just to test for fun. See what that sounds like. No trem on. massive difference. Wow. Okay. So much more gain in volume out of the standard channel. So I'll just turn both up all the way and you can hear. So hopefully you guys can hear this, but this is the trem channel, just a straight up G chord. Whew, that's a lot. All right, well, she works. Sounds great. It's rocking. Big difference between the channels. So I actually think it'd be interesting to jumper them and see if that works or not. I don't know if I have a cable around to try that. Why not? I'm here. Let's do it. Let's just give it a shot. So I've got the standard channel volume off. We'll turn on the trend channel, make sure the jumper's working okay. They're both about 11 o'clock. Turn the trem channel off. So the trem channel definitely is a brighter channel. It's got certainly less low end. So I guess you can kind of look at it like a plexi or something. You got a normal channel and a brilliant channel, bright channel, whatever, or like an AC30 or whatever. And yeah, so you can kind of go a bit warmer with the standard channel and get a little bit of top end out of the trem channel. So this is with both of them on half. They're definitely in phase with each other. That's both channels on full. Let's take out the jumper. Just a standard channel. So I don't think it's really adding any gain that I can tell. It's definitely brightening it up. So maybe more just think of it as an EQ thing. But yeah, awesome. I'm pretty happy with that. Sounds great.